Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Aftermath podcast. Usually we like to have some form of special guest. You know, it could be anyone, another airsoft player. And today we have Laufey Airsoft. How far have you traveled?
I drove technically 4.5, but 5 when I took rest stops and stuff like that.
Wow.
So let's say 5 hours, but mainly
Yeah.
4.5. But
So he goes to a lot of the Otherworld Milsim events and is an active airsoft player just like all of us. So we figured a lot of our podcasts are usually pretty casual. So this one's probably going to be extra casual, just talking about he's going to do a little bit of show and tell with his gear. So we might just try and ask him a bunch of questions, and you can check out his kit. So I guess to get started, what kind of airsoft player would you consider yourself? Like, do you do a lot of CQB, run and gun, or?
I just basically go gung ho, basically running gun,
Nice.
creating diversions so my friends can actually go to complete their objectives. This is usually what I do.
Nice.
Providing security, escort. That's how I call myself like the Milsim mercenary at the time, because I'm like the lone wolf. Except when I met Nico, all things changed. I'm glad to have meet him and his team. They're phenomenal. LAS is definitely another team I can recommend visiting or checking out. They got me into I met them at the Cold Orange, and it was phenomenal. But
Okay.
before all this, I was technically the lone wolves, and I trusted myself basically. And I don't know. It's just mainly what I do is go gung ho, protect people, and help them out if they need assisting. But so it's me. That's kind of me, really. No really other description other than that.
I mean, I snipe, and as an airsoft sniper, I appreciate any player like you guys, because I'll say I'm too much of a bitch to be running up on stuff, and I just hate kicking doors down or whatever. So you guys that do that really help with the objectives. I appreciate it.
I'm also Norse too, so I feel like it's my role to go forward and help them out.
Right on the front line.
Yeah, exactly.
Greg's sitting there behind the camera.
Yeah. 'Cause what do you guys do? Do any of you guys like get up close personally? Or are you kind of more like chillax?
I am the door kicker.
Nice.
Throwing the frag through the door. Just
Hey,
shit ass! Grenade!
E-Town, what do you run? I didn't even ask you about your gun.
I mean, I typically run longer guns, so I'm normally in the back of the stack.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
My man.
Never
That's
mind,
right.
sport. So I started turning into the more like intelligence side. So with drone warfare, rip my Vada, and the Mesh-tastic system that we started using, and my upgraded radio system, and now actually having coordinated people with comms, it started to make like a huge difference, and I really enjoy it. Unfortunately, I don't get to really go onto the field as much as I'd like to. I'm trying to get a new AAP build soon, Mr. Greg. But I'm hoping one day I can get back out there with my FPV goggles on a helmet and or a boonie hat, and then hopefully I could be out there on a really chill objective, sitting down in like the middle, and then just flying around, getting some intel, radioing it back, and then giving it to my guys. And I started really enjoying that kind of aspect.
Have you seen those like backpack rigs for the drones? You can pull it out of the pack and set it out, and
Yeah, that's
then
what Dan
bring it back
has.
and set it back in it.
Well, they're more for like FPV drones. So like if you have like a custom build, because they're super cheap, depending on if you build like a 5-inch, you could just like chuck them. You arm them as soon as you chuck them, and as soon as you do that, they'll level out straight.
Yeah.
If you can do
Wait,
it
you
right.
can throw one and it won't like into the ground?
It takes a lot of practice. Like if you have your
How many
FPV
drones were sacrificed in the practicing?
It's not the drone; it's the propellers.
Oh,
How many
okay.
propellers were sacrificed?
Okay, sorry to interrupt you.
See, I've never done it personally, so
Ooh.
I've been using DJI projects just to kind of get used to their controls, because most of the FPV drones that you do have nowadays have I think it's called an Air Force sensor, and those be paired with your V2 or V3 goggles. And right now I'm just kind of getting used to the interface. Next I'm going to get used to the actual FPV controller. I got to go and download a game off Steam or simulation. Hopefully I can get good. I just shared one with the team. They made one specifically so you can practice giving commands to squads on battlefield through a simulation while on a FPV controller drone.
Yeah, so did you ever see any drones at airsoft games before you started like rolling with Nico?
No, I guess Code Orange was the very first airsoft Milsim with the whole drone activity. I thought it was really cool too.
Yeah, I haven't ever seen it until I started playing with you guys and Dan, the other guy that has his drone set up. It's so cool. I haven't seen it before that.
So like the best thing about APOC was that... Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Just wanted to let you know that we have a swap meet at Outdoor Extreme Lingelstown on May 10th. We have things like a potluck, a giveaway, and even a walk-on day. Baby, if you want to come out here and show your love to the team, you can reserve your table for $10 or bring your own. This is Nico, and I wanted to let you know. Back to the video. That me and Dan actually got to go drone for drone, whereas the last 2 events we were working together.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
one side only had drones. The only thing is, he had his set up to where he had his goggles set on his helmet before I can get my boonie hat set up. So I was stuck at CP while he was doing cool shit out on the field, and I felt like really jealous. But you know, one day I'm gonna catch up to him. But I love being able to talk shop with Dan because we sit there and we like back and forth ideas, and mostly him because like he has ideas for. I'm not gonna give anything away. I can't. That's his business. He wants to promote it, whatever. But I'm gonna try to help him out with a couple of videos because I think the stuff that he's gonna come out with for especially the new high-tech, new milsim era, it's gonna be implemented in OWM and it's gonna change the game, and like it's gonna be a really high point for people wanting to come.
Airsoft Advanced Warfare.
It's really gonna be. We're actually, well, I'm gonna be trying to after I get finances from Nevada, hopefully build a land terrain RC car that has both a floodlight, an IR laser, and a thermal scope onto it, so we can use it at night.
The
because
technology.
I can't really fly drones at night because
I
the
have an
light on is so bad.
SCX-10-2 Jeep Cherokee that can do all that.
See,
Just take the shell off of it and just mount that all on top of it and just drive it around.
What we want to do is be able to take like a telescopic pole and then have a remote to it where we can set it into high brush if it's like good enough to go into high brush, and then just stick the camera up on a 360 camera and you just be able to look all the way around. I think that would be really cool, especially for indoor play. Being able to like make it like BB proof and then just send it in wherever it needs to. That would be sick.
We gotta have an airsoft claymore on the back of it.
Yep.
So when someone gets up on it, you just spring.
See, actually, Dan had a thing. No, I'm not gonna give
You
it.
can't be giving away.
Yeah, but anyway, I was
all
also
but figured
looking
out how
into
to
it for the for a truck or something and having it in the back, but claymores that want to be sold, I think they're in Australia for $225. So
Yeah, I've pretty much all but figured out how to hook it up to pull the pin on a tagging grenade. So
there's a lot
man.
of the one thing that we were going to use, I think I can give this away because he was actually putting it out. He made cardboard cutouts to hold tagging grenades, and they had fins on the top of them, and they had the pins pre-pulled, and as soon as they hit the ground, the grenade would pop up the top, and then like, the spool would come out, and then ching, boom.
see, my thinking for that would be you'd have like a spring plate with a cylinder, so you put it down in and you put the pin across all of it. Like you obviously it's dangerous loading it with no pin in it, but put it down in there, put the pin across all of it, and have it hooked up to another switch or whatever, to where when it pulls that pin, it not only arms it, but it also releases that spring tension.
Yeah.
So it pulls it and just blink.
I think that's my favorite part about grenades is the ching.
You just
Yep.
clack.
So I want to get into Laufey's kit a little bit, but first, Nico, do you want to tell us what happened to your drone recently?
Oh, well, I went fishing down at the Delaware Bay, you see, and I did some things where I wanted to go and get super low to the water and then just have it, like, hover and then return home for a test. I'm stupid. Anyway, so the sensor said it was 15 feet above the water, and here it was, like, half an inch.
Centimeters.
And, yeah. And as soon as I went to put it down to 10 feet, it sunk. And I was like, hey guys, you hear that fish? Like, yeah, it was a big one. I was like, yeah, it wasn't a fish. That was my drone.
But you were actually get it back.
No.
That thing was like 100 yards in like the middle of a lake.
Oh.
Not a lake, sorry. It was the Delaware Bay. So that thing in the current is...
Oh, the current's one thing. I was
Gone.
I'm surprised they don't have any type of like
They do.
flotation.
In
device.
hindsight, I looked it up.
Ah.
But, however, I was able to...
So some guy downriver is gonna be really happy when he finds a drone.
I mean, it's going to be useless, but sure.
Right.
But in hindsight, it was not too bad because when I was working my last job, I was putting some cash away because I knew this thing was going to happen. I was able to put most of the money away, put like $50 towards a new one, so it'll be here before downfall, and we'll be able to try it again. Or not done yet, baby.
Nice.
So
let's get to your kit, buddy.
yeah, let's. What do you want to start with? You want to tell us about your gun, your sidearm?
I mean, I guess I can start with my helmet.
Okay, perfect.
Any questions you'd like to ask first? Or?
Well, why a helmet? What made you choose that?
I can fit everything on there. I have sensitivity to a lot of noises, so the ear pro right there, it helps a lot. There was
Especially indoor.
the first time actually it didn't work. It was on, but like the batteries are new and everything, it was on. But code orange. Someone threw a grenade right below my feet, and then I heard muffled and ringing in my ear. I guess the shockwaves or something. But I mean, other than that, they work fine. I love them. So I mean, that's why I mainly have that attached to there. I can put my patches, the deadlight. That especially the tail too. I'm Norse, so I feel like I already have a beaver pelt on my vest, but I'll get to that in a minute. So the tail represents spirituality, kind of the animal spirit in me. So basically like the berserker way of life. You know what I mean? Like they kill a bear and they wear the pelt to feel like they have that energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's cool. I've recognized you like before I even officially met you. I definitely have seen you on the field because of that.
The
That's
tail?
one thing makes you stand out.
Tail
Yeah.
was before the purple.
Honestly, my
Yes.
girl is the one who gave it to me because she likes to collect that stuff
Didn't you have
from
a-
the fair she goes to.
Didn't you have a raccoon tail way before?
Yeah, so I had the raccoon tail at first, and then it broke off from the harsh winds while I was at the what was it, the one field we were at. The previous event we're at skirmish, I think it was. The high winds broke it off in half.
Wins.
So my girl bought me another one because she liked the idea of me putting it in my helmet. So that's a foxtail I have right there. So I mean that's there, and the patches represents the heritage and the lifestyle I have. I have the flashlight mount because honestly when light goes out and you have a backup one, so I have that as well. And the iPro, I like this. I like the idea how the iPro goes attached to my helmet, so it's always
Is it
on
on
there.
the front there?
Yeah. you can
Oh,
look at it,
I see. Yeah.
But
yeah.
the thing is, though, I mean, it works. It just fogs up a lot, unfortunately. So I had to find like a spray, an anti-fog spray, and spray
Yeah,
it.
fog
Get
is.
you
Yeah.
an X-Fog.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You gotta get you an
X-Fog kit.
X-Fog.
I had the Novice ones, but I guess the battery dies out by the time the event is over.
Actually, the one guy on our team, Pork Chop, he builds custom fan units for
Really?
like niche setups like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want, hit him up, and he'll probably like just pay the parts, and then
That's fine.
I just get the nice actual Xbox system and just plug and play.
Yeah,
I have that on multiple helmet setups, and I love it so much.
Does,
Yeah.
I
But
used
he
to
doesn't
be,
look like
I
he
used
has,
to be
like,
really
much-
particular about, just getting the right iPro, not worrying about adding add-ons. But once I got my first Xfog, I don't look back.
How does
I
that
love it.
work? Does it take batteries or is it rechargeable?
It's rechargeable.
Rechargeable.
Can you just run like a power bank too, so
Yeah.
it never
Yeah.
dies?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have two Xfogs, so because I won my first one, then I bought the turbo as I had the first one's a regular one as my backup, and I bought a turbo as my turbo
Okay.
Xfog as my primary. So if that one dies, I'll just flip flop it
You
and
can-
just keep running.
You can actually do it without even taking your helmet off. You pop the
Oh.
Velcro, pull it off,
Mhm.
and then slide the other one on. And
Yep.
I actually use one of
if you don't
their
use the pouch,
I use
I use the
use
pouch,
the
so
pouch.
the Xfog head strap thing, and I use it on my die mask, so it gives me
Okay.
a little
Oh,
extra
nice.
support on the top, and then
Okay.
I just run like a patch on the back just for some bougie shit.
Right.
But yeah, I found out that like I used to run Xfog for like 3 years, and I ran it reliably. It was the Gen 1 too, so
It's-
I was like gritting with it.
It's
but
still
then I got
sitting in
one of
my.
those.
Oh, sorry. I
Right.
mean, it's still the anti-fog I have from Novice. It's still sitting in my storage unit. It's been there for.
Man,
Wow.
Novice just copied them, man. They just ripped
I
them
don't.
off.
I don't mind Novice on some things, but they copy most of the stuff anyway.
Dude, like,
try
even
getting
Xfog
yourself
sat
an
there and did a whole
Xfog, and
video
you'll
on it.
be
Okay.
happy with it. The,
I'm gonna-
the Xfog Turbo is the best
Yeah, the
one.
X-
I'm gonna have to look into that.
The
Yeah.
XD Turbo.
don't they call it the
or whatever.
V3?
This is the XT.
XD.
XT.
No.
XT.
Sexy.
Sexy.
So did you ever like? I mean, I'm sure everyone's probably been shot in the head. But did you ever get like cracked in the helmet and you're like, God, I'm glad I have a helmet.
I mean, yeah, there was an event I went to that had was winter event hosted at February 1st. It was called Snowblind, but
That's cold.
yeah, it was dude, it was freezing. By the
Everything
time it
hurts
got
more when it's
nighttime,
cold.
it got like 8 degrees at nighttime, like 10 degrees, 15 degrees during daytime. But there was a lot of ice on the surface of skirmish, and then let me tell you the funny story first. So that was the one thing I'm glad I had it on. So I was wearing a chest rig. I wasn't wearing the plate carrier, but I had the chest rig and the helmet and the battle belt only. And then I had an EG grenade. I was throwing it in one of the buildings in Alamo, the main building in Alamo. There was a
Yeah.
firefight going on there. So I had set my gun down, and then I held a grenade with just my pistol in the my other hand. And so I took the moment, I threw it in one of the windows, and then while I was running to get away, I freaking slipped on the ice and landed on a log on my back.
Oh, so your helmet actually protects your head from a fall.
Yeah.
I never even thought of that. I just thought
That's
about
why
like
I
a
did
BB.
particular-
Frag out Code Orange.
That's why when I was buying my helmets, I was very particular about not getting one of the chintzy,
Yeah.
thin plastic helmets. I wanted one they could it had like thicker plastic. I could bend the thing and watch it flex, but know that it wouldn't like just absolutely shatter.
This
a
helmet has
legitimate
never
bump
failed
helmet.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically
I
a
love
legitimate
it.
bump helmet.
Yeah, that's
And
why I
I've
went with Flux.
upgraded Well, mine's still like one of the cheaper ones, but I upgraded the padding in there to like the nice memory foam, so it really locked on my head.
Greg knows all about having
These.
good headwear.
That's actually
right?
the ones I have. Yeah.
Yeah, what
40,
helmet is that? Is that a
40,
Team Wendy
that
or a
fall is so
PTS?
bad.
Or
That's the PTS Flux.
okay, I've heard very good things
But yeah,
about
he
the
has,
Flux.
and he has the 4D,
The 4D
TNC 4D memory foam pads. I have these in the one helmet, and then I have the hardhead veterans ones in my other helmet. I love both of them, honestly. The only downside to those memory foam pads in the cold time is when you first
They
put it
get
on your
hard.
head, it's a brick.
Yeah.
But then it warms up and sinks down, and
So
you're fine.
I've learned this. First of all, I absolutely hate playing in the cold, and I try and tell myself that like I've retired from it as I get older. But like every now and then, I still find myself playing a cold game. I will sit in my car like a little weenie with the heat running, and I will put stuff like on the dash.
To get your
Yeah,
your mask to warm
yeah,
up.
at a POC 9, I actually put my first of all, my boots were in my car, like they're just in my trunk for I don't know how long, so they were like bricks.
Ice cold.
And I just put them the
love it.
feet heater full max and just set the boots on. They were nice and toasty when I put them on my feet.
Dude, at I think it was Night Sky. Yeah, it was Night Sky last year. When we were done playing for a while, all our gear was soaked. Everyone was cold. It was
Yeah.
a miserable day. We tried to make the best of it. I fired up my truck, and I told the guys, like, hey, wherever you want it dried off and warmed up, throw in the truck. I got the heater on. The truck's running. I don't really give a shit. Like,
Yep.
I'll help the team
Oh,
out.
I do
So we
not
put
care
a
about the
bunch of
gas
us put
money.
our gear inside my truck with the heat on, warmed it all
Yep.
up, dried it all out, and everyone's like, dude, you're a lifesaver.
I'll let that shit run for hours if it means I get to stay toasty. I'll take the L on the gas money.
Great.
See, you can
Fuck
always
you,
bring
man.
like one of those portable like buddy heaters that you screw on the top part of the small propane tanks. Light those, dude, and you
Yeah, I
have
wanna
like, a
get one of
solid
them.
base in your car. Dude, saves you so much.
Nice.
Oh my god. Just have the windows cracked so you don't die.
Obviously.
So
Well, I want to get one of them buddy heaters for when we're at an event that we're like in a campground or whatever, or a little spot, and just have the buddy heater on so we can just chill out
See,
by it.
for like the first year that we went to APOC, we brought like a community tent, and thank God one of the guys brought a buddy heater because we would have probably died.
Yeah,
Like
right.
nobody was prepared.
No,
Like
we
we
were
we
not.
normally bring new people to the Milsim scene, so we're trying to bring like 3-4 people like every game, trying to give them a new chance to experience it and whatnot. And I try to prep them as much as I can. Like, yo, you need to bring this, or you're going to be super miserable
Yeah.
and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Not even like the cold gear last year. We got someone super like hammered. They sat in the corner, sitting there, making sure the tent was not coming down. After everyone was knocked out, one of our guys woke up and seen him. He's sitting there, crisscross applesauce, knocked out, with his hand up, holding the tent high. And he was a trooper. He's like, man, if it was me,
Poor guy.
I would have just let it all fall on
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, Crescent was a little rough for me for camping. I brought my truck, so I had that truck air mattress in the bed. I had like a thermal tarp over top of it because I knew it was going to get cold.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to get that cold. I'm so glad I had a negative 20-degree sleeping bag, or I probably would have frozen to death. It was so cold. Oh my god.
I'd like to start camping eventually, but I'm still working on getting like the gear. Like right now I have a sleeping bag, but it's only like down to 40, so like I would obviously never camp when it's cold, but I am starting to get the gear to try and camp like when it's, the summer games. So
Yeah, I'll try to camp out as much as I can for these events, or if the guys are getting like an Airbnb, I'll chip in on that.
I was going to say cuz if you do camp, you usually save on like the hotel shit.
Yeah,
But,
if the camp spot is like $20, and then you can have like 6 guys. If you have a big enough camp, big enough tents, you can have 2 big tents in that little spot and house like 6 guys.
And when you have multiple people, you can always like try to make a designated list. This is what I try to do for downfall list, or at least, and I have a list of necessities, and then just have like someone volunteer. And if anybody doesn't volunteer on it, I'll pick up on like, hey, if we can't bring a stove, I'll find a store at the store, or I'll source a stove. We
Yeah.
can't find like a fire pit, I'll source a fire pit. Like for example, I just got one.
right.
But like now we're gonna be trying this new thing where we get a U-Haul trailer, and we're gonna try to ship up as much creature comforts up, especially for like camping. If anything's like up towards like downfall EMR kind of way, or we're gonna go down to Ashland in West Virginia, like we're gonna kind of need a little bit more like I feel comfortable where I'm at, especially if we're gonna do it for cheaper and saving on the money. Why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, fortunately, down at GTI, they have the barracks there.
Oh,
it's pretty nice.
you can't-
Perfect.
Oh my
That was
God.
so nice. Having
so beautiful.
I love the bunkhouse idea, like especially for like EMR, like the way the bedding is there. Like, it's just a sheet.
coffin
The
racks.
coffin racks, yeah. That's a little discomforting. So a lot of the Havoc guys have gotten like air mattress thing, like
Yeah.
not air mattresses, but like a mat, an air mat, basically.
Yeah, there's little camping pads.
Yeah, the camping pads. Like some are like really, really nice.
Mhm.
The one guy, he's big into all that. He's into footwear, socks, thermal wear, how to just
Just an outdoorsy guy.
Outdoorsy,
You can
how to
tell,
be
yeah.
in this shit, but not miserable in
Mhm.
this shit. You know.
My grandfather always says you're retarded if you're uncomfortable and you have the gear and you don't use it.
Yeah.
Like we live in 2025, man. There is absolutely no reason you should be going outdoors for longer than a day and be miserable.
Right.
Like you have all the opportunity. You
Yeah.
got heated
Seriously.
jackets, heated socks, gloves. You got like pop-up tents that you just gotta hook up like an air compressor to, and dude, you got a fucking house in the middle of the
You
woods.
got cars with heat.
You got cars with heat, bro. Like crazy. I did a weekend where I was camping up in like middle Pennsylvania, like the rural place.
Right. Yeah.
And we did like this rendezvous at like a black powder shoot. And these people don't believe in like electricity when they do this stuff. Like, well, use your phones or whatever. But like, if anything, it's like a stove that they heat up. And man, it got down to like 5 degrees that night. And I will tell you, a nummy bag and a nice like little buddy heater next to you will keep you all the warm you need for any cold event, man. I'm telling you. If you got those two things and like maybe a shelter somewhere that you're sitting in, you're good. You're chilling.
Yeah. So actually, you want to move on to your plate carrier there? I actually have a few kit questions if you want to go over
Yeah, so
that.
I can pick, you can pick it up if you want.
Yeah. So this is considered a plate carrier, not a chest rig, correct?
Yeah, plate carrier, yeah.
So I always want to ask people like yourself that run more of like a door, or if you just run any type of AR platform, when you go to an event like this where you can't reload on the field with the speed loader, it's based off of how many mags you bring. How many mags do you carry?
6.
6, and how much do they each hold?
150 and 220.
Okay.
Three of them,
Okay.
three of them are 220, and I think the 4 are 150.
Do you run the EPM ones?
No, I don't know. I run the Navish and the couple of American flag ones I bought from Jackal Tactical.
Heck yeah.
And where do you keep them? Are they just all on the front here, nowhere else?
Basically, yeah. I try to keep them much organized as possible. I have a a pouch on my battle belt, but if I have an extra mag, if I want to use, I'll just throw that in there too sometimes. But mainly, I
Okay.
keep all my magazines right here where I can see them.
Okay, and this thing's for your phone.
Yeah, I got this off of Amazon for like what, $20 or $30, but
Yeah, it gets the job done.
right, exactly. My phone's too small to go in here, so that's the problem. So he's not getting a camera footage through here, but it's not a big deal.
So everyone else for mags, in my opinion, I don't have much experience with like an AR setup, but I feel like
Sniper guy over here.
I feel like there's like 2 types of things on your kit. There's something that you try and be self-reliant that you get without having to take it off, and then I feel like there's something, whether it be mags or whatever, that you're like, hey man, do you guys ever carry mags that like are extra mags to have, but they're like for someone else to grab?
I have on my mini mat pack. I have 4 bangers and a buddy mag.
Okay.
Sometimes that'll be like my very last mag too. I'm like, hey, can you grab that for me or whatever. But yeah, I do run a buddy mag on the back with the bangers.
Okay.
I keep nades or flashes, whatever you
Oh,
want to call them,
grenades,
in
yeah.
the top of
Yeah.
my map as well.
Yeah, I keep the FBG 4s in my pack because they're small. They're this big.
Yeah.
They're tiny enough that I can fit 4 of them in the zipper pouch. And on my other kit, my tan kit, I have an actual the Kydex banger holder. I'll put an AFG 6 on that too. So I'll have an actual fragmentation, and I'll have flash grenades for if you want to do some.
Unfortunately, I
door kicker shit.
can't really find a place to put my radio.
That was a struggle for me. I
Yeah.
finally got it's kind of like on my hip, and even if I run a really long antenna, it like just clears my face, or I can simply just put it behind my arm. But like, man, once you get that key
Right.
radio location,
I
it's
have to-
like so nice.
I usually clip it like right here, but sometimes it'll fall off.
You're
and
talking
hang.
about the whole radio or just the piece to
the
talk?
piece of the radio. My radio goes right here, but
Always on the back.
Okay.
right here, so on the side. It used to be on the back, but I kind of learned it the hard way.
On the
so.
kit I recently ran, my woodland kit, I run it like right here where I can see it. I can see the volume knob with my eyes. It's not off of feel. But this kit I ran at Apocalypse 9, I actually just set the radio in a dump pouch, and because it's like so big, it was deep enough that it wouldn't fall out, but I could literally just grab it real quick. But hold on, I want to ask you, what is this here?
What's up?
This
Oh, I'm a huge fan of the Division, and I have the book as well. I'm reading, I'm trying to finish up. So it's a
Oh.
beacon. It can turn red or orange, but I can't use red, obviously. But I have it switched to orange.
So it's like a red light almost.
I try to make this is like the perfect setup for Apocalypse 9, because it looks
I
more
gotcha.
apocalypsy, I guess, and Division is
And
considered
what do you
Apocalypse.
keep in like this little pouch?
That's
here?
what I was mentioning earlier in the other video. I keep my tourniquets in there, my boot blouses in there, because sometimes my knee pads will go below my knees, so I have to put boot blouses all around my legs to keep it on
Anyway,
there.
how do you like prevent that? Because I've always had issues when I started wearing knee pads. I still like they just drop.
That's why I wear the G3 combat
yeah.
pants. They're built in. They don't go anywhere.
I know, but like I wear a kilt.
So I wore
Wear them underneath.
I used to wear knee pads in the summer.
But they're there.
Yeah,
Cut 'em.
You
that's
can
what
cut-
I did.
cut
I
it right
wore
at the
shorts
knee.
with knee pads where if you think
Here,
about
Nico,
it.
you can keep these.
Aww.
What are these?
Boot
Boot
blouses.
blouses.
I don't understand.
Oh, those are to hold knee pads on?
Yeah,
Well,
it
they're,
goes
they're,
like
they're
under
boot
here.
blouses. Okay, so
Keeps my knee pads up.
none of you guys were in
Oh,
service, right?
are you saying
No.
boot
Okay.
blouse?
Boot blouses,
Oh, I
sorry.
hear poop. Here's what I
poop.
hear.
So
I
this
hear
is how they
poof.
work.
Boot blouses.
Obviously, I'm not
Say
wearing
sorry.
boots right now. But what you would do is the whole concept is you hook it together like such,
Wow.
and then
crazy
you
concept.
take it and you roll it, your pant leg in there,
Oh.
and it stops at the top of your boot. Because the only other way is you just
To
tuck
literally
your pants
tuck 'em in.
into the boot, and it's super uncomfortable.
I just have it around my knee, so like I said, the knee pad. It's mainly for my knee pad
How does that
issue.
help with knee pads?
You just
It's
you
the way
you put it like
Yeah, because you're saying if you roll the pants up high enough,
they're
the
stretchy.
knee pad
Oh,
can't slide
okay.
past
Exactly.
the pant.
Yeah,
Okay.
you put up high enough so that it can't.
it's just a place
It's
for
just
them
a
to hit and
stopper.
stop.
So
So to act
man,
as a
thank you.
stopper.
So
problem.
Sick.
back to knee pads. When I wore knee pads for a short period of time now, if you think about wearing knee pads with shorts, I kind of think it's ridiculous because if you wear shorts and you wear a knee pad and you have socks, there's like this much part of your leg exposed. Like, just wear pants.
Yeah,
But I
literally.
get it. I get it. You're trying
at
to
the
stay
point
cool.
where you just might as well wear pants.
So I had these knee pads. They were like sport knee pads, and they were the only ones that stayed on my knee. But they were so uncomfortable because they were so tight.
Yeah.
So he mentioned the G3 combat pants. I have a lot of those, and I recently found a pair of 511 tactical pants, and they take M-Tac knee pads, and they actually go on the inside. And the only thing I hate about the G3 is, goddamn it, I hate putting those knee pads in. I stopped taking them out for the wash.
Just wash the
mine
whole
get
thing.
melted in the
Almost
dryer, like
Did they melt in the dryer?
if
No.
if
The
depending
problem-
on
If you run them too high,
Yeah.
I've figured out the trick to pop them in and out.
I don't care. If it's
Yeah,
a trick,
there's-
I fucking
there's-
And plus,
hate
if
it.
you
Fun
get the
fact
if,
about those G3 pants, if I may, we all buy the knockoff.
Yeah.
ones,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So I buy the biggest size that they make in the knockoffs because I'm a fucking wookie. But if you put them in the dryer, they shrink and then they don't fucking fit me.
Well, the problem is with these tactical pants nowadays. I'm only 5'2", so like
I hang
they're always too big on me.
Yeah, I'm super
I
lanky,
think
so
they make
like
a youth size that
they're
would
always
probably
like a
fit
little
in.
short.
Hopefully,
But see,
even
it's like my only chance there. But I mean,
They're
that
both
the,
Norris and you're
the
5'2",
Woodland-
I'm 6'4".
the Woodland tactical pants are fine, better off
He's
than my
part
tan.
elf. Get it right.
there it is.
Hey, I prefer dwarf actually.
Elf.
Hey.
Dwarf elf.
so I always buy the cheap, like the knockoff pants too. But then everything that's Cry Precision is like $1,000. But I think you can get Cry knee pads.
Yeah, you can get the Cry Airflex knee pad, which I have
Exactly,
in
that's
my
what I do.
G3, my
Mhm.
multi-cam pair, and I love those things.
But
I need to try and find a black pair. To put
Once
my black
once
pants.
I started running the 511 Tactical Pro, I don't even know what tier pants they are, and that they take M-Tac knee pads, which are like these bigger foam square looking pads. But I think they're so much more comfortable in the combat pants. I might switch those. The only thing I don't like is you can't get all of the camo patterns. It's like black, OD, and coyote. So the combat pants are nice because you can get all the camo patterns.
Actually, I don't have a Woodland or solid green or whatever.
Yeah, at least not yet.
Man, I know like solid black is like the worst thing to wear in the field, but I just can't find anything else that like.
Now,
I
Diego,
mean,
when
like,
you wear a knee pad, do you just go strap for strap, or
I
do you
do.
cross them?
I didn't know you could do that.
If you cross them in the back, it won't really
That's
slide
a good
out.
idea.
Oh, see,
then
the
how
ones
do you
I
deal
had
with-
just
how do you deal with
slid
the
over.
chafing then? Because those straps are gonna
Well,
like, chafe
I
the
have
shit out of your skin.
I have ones that just they don't chafe.
Well, damn. Well, that doesn't help me. It's all right. I just going to put some medical tape right here.
They just
Well, you
don't.
could what you could do is get like a knee brace, like a fabric knee brace,
Yeah.
and then so that way you have like a buffer, and then do the crosshatch above that.
Don't they call them ace bandages?
You can do it, yeah, an ace
Yeah.
bandage, a
Just
knee
do something like
brace,
that.
that's something like that, and that way you don't get direct
That's
skin
what they do with
contact.
knee braces. So
They call them pants. Just get pants.
Yeah.
So is this your chest rig?
No, this is my
Nice.
battle belt.
Oh, okay.
So I have it. I usually some people will rely on the Velcro or like clip-ons. I'm more better off with this, the harness.
So do you wear this first, and then the belt's on your hips and not over, or are these two separate things?
Oh, I wear them all together.
Okay.
So I put this on first, and I put the plate carrier on last.
Oh,
so-
I see you have a pistol mag thing there. Can you
Yes.
look at your pistol?
Yes, go
I saw
ahead.
it earlier, and I just like how there's so much purple on it. So this Novrich pistol, does he sell all the purple stuff too?
You sell
Yeah.
purple, red, blue, yellow, I think.
Does all your purple match?
For the most
for the
part,
most
it
part, yeah.
does. I mean, this is a different brand. It's slightly different, but
No green.
I think it all
That's
looks.
We ordered in a bunch of the red stuff from him and it didn't match.
What?
All the
Novice
anodizing
red,
was
was different.
All that stuff, but we ordered it in red and it all didn't match.
So
Really?
was it-
You mean
crazy.
you
It wasn't
ordered
the
them
same
together and they
anodization?
didn't match in the group?
They sent us all the.
They're
all
different
the red
batches of
parts.
anodization.
He's like, this is a different shade. This is a different shade.
Uh-huh.
this
Yeah.
is a that's
One of
so
them was almost
stupid.
orange.
So I just put this pistol right here. It's easier. So,
So
right
I have a
there.
question for you.
What's up?
I saw you running around APOC. Why didn't you have a mag in that?
What, mag in this?
Yes.
I don't know, honestly. It's always in here, and I forget about it.
I'd
And
always
then I
be
get too
worried
lazy to
about losing it.
reload this on the field.
Well, yeah.
So you only carry one mag, or
Yeah, I carry one mag on me. I got to get more.
Yeah, so you should get another one so that you have one in the gun and one back.
Exactly.
Well,
Well,
I-
reload.
I think as a sniper, I rely on my sidearm, but like, do you guys really need sidearms that
Oh,
often?
I use it all the time.
Sometimes if you run
Is
out
it-
of ammo,
and-
yeah.
okay, so aside from
Staircases.
running out of yeah, is it
Staircases.
just
when I didn't have when I'm cutting tight areas when I didn't
that's
have,
what I was gonna ask.
So I didn't have this on me. I would just pull the Mark 18 down and pistol out.
It's
and
just
then-
for the length.
Yeah,
of
it's,
the
it's
gun.
more of a length thing. Like the Mark
Okay.
18, it's still it's a 10.5 gun, so it's only really
Yeah.
here. But I had the can on the end of it, so it's a little longer.
But even maybe able to bend your wrist and just being able
Yeah,
to
do
get
that little
area.
extra lean, like you do that weird like lean out like this. So you don't really expose
Gotcha.
any of you. You know, it's just be able to work those corners with a pistol versus a long gun.
And
It's a
so
lot different.
on the back here, I'm gonna put more stuff on here eventually. But on the back here is you're not, like I said, with the Jackal Tackle or Other Worlds rules, you're not supposed to use melee weapons. But I have it on for decoration purposes.
Okay.
Because like I said, I'm the Norse faith and whatever, so I have a kind of like a fake battle axe connected to this, makes it look more realistic. So I mean, that's just what my preference is. I mean, it's heavy, but I got used to it. But other than that, I mean, this is really reliable. I love this. So
Yeah, I love Molly.
yeah, me too. It's great.
The webbing. I love the Molly webbing.
I was about to say
right, sure.
Oh
the
my
webbing.
That's
This is
gonna be a meme.
Yes, this is the primary.
So yeah, this is the Novrich SSR4. I'm assuming not a lot of people like, Novrich, but I prefer them sometimes. So this
This
has been
stuff's readily available.
right,
I'm not gonna shit on the guy.
Everyone
I mean,
has their thing.
right.
Yeah.
That's the cool part about airsoft.
Right,
Everyone
exactly.
plays the same game, but everyone does it differently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everyone
look
has
at
different kits.
preferences
the
and
But
collection
it's
we
still
brought
the same
today.
idea. Yeah.
So I mean, the only upgrades I have right now is this new pistol motor, high torque, and then the tappet plate. So far, I might eventually get the newer Hoppa from Silent Industries, hopefully. But maybe I'll get another brand. Who knows? We'll see what happens for the future.
So I don't know much about AGs at all. I only know how to take them apart and put an HPA engine in place. But that motor, does that make it shoot better, or is it just something that makes it
more
so it's
instant.
stronger?
It's an
Yeah,
instant,
like a snappier-
Instead of having that like wind up, I call it the wind up delay of an AEG.
Okay.
It takes that time out of
Okay.
it. It winds it up faster, so that it's you can get more shots off.
You get a
that.
snappier,
Yeah, it takes
more,
a snap
Yeah,
here. And
and
quicker
I also
trigger
said this
response.
about one of your setups. I've never noticed until I met you guys all these magnifiers that flip down. I've only seen them flip to side. Maybe it's just not having a
Oh,
lot
the
of
Unity
exposure.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I'm one of the
I love
first guys
that.
to run
Yeah.
that.
I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah, I run that on my MCX.
Okay.
Yeah. My Mark 18 has it.
Yep.
So do you? I see you have like the D ball there. Do you do any night stuff where you use it? Like, have you ever needed to use the IR laser, or you just use it for the visible laser?
I used a light, but there was
the
another.
light.
I had another light touch this, but you can see it broke off in
Ooh.
Apocalypse.
Is that
so it's-
key mod or M-Log?
I don't.
it's
M-Log.
M-Log.
Looks like
It looks
M-Log.
like M-Log.
Yeah.
I don't think Novrich would make a
Is that
key mod, to
plastic
be
or a
honest.
metal foil?
Plastic. It's all polymer. It's light carrier.
That's
That's
I do like that
why.
it's light, but you got to be
Light.
careful.
Yeah.
I have a setup where it has plastic M lock, and I'm afraid to put a lot of stuff on
Yeah,
it.
I'd be afraid to load that down.
I'm just gonna keep it like this from now on. Honestly.
I do
Yeah.
like how you have two style grips on there, because I love vertical grips, but depending what you're doing, I feel like the
Well,
angle might be a little
The
comfortable.
whole purpose is to make this gun universal. So like
I
this
like
is gonna be
that.
my daytime grip. This is gonna be my nighttime grip. So I'm not accidentally hitting the button right here.
That's
And what's
smart.
cool is that the end here on his gun, you
Barricade
can use
stop?
Yeah, barricade stop. So you can go up against something and just lean into it and just rest on it too.
Nice.
So you could like rest into it and put your hand here
Okay.
or whatever.
So another thing is too, I have these side sights right here. I don't know exactly what you call these, but
Just iron
Candid.
I
sights.
started to
Cannon
Yeah.
sights.
but I had these on there because this battery has died before, and then sometimes I can
Ooh.
just switch that way as fast as I can. So this is reliable. So it goes up, or you can put it down and face through these right here, the little nubs up sticking out, or you can flip it up.
Nice.
I mean, I love it.
I like all your backup stuff. I don't do that, and then when something happens, I'm just like,
You got
Oh,
a
shit.
why not
So-
use it?
I used to have Magpul M buses on my Mark 18. I've since taken them off because it's airsoft. You can see where the BBs are going.
yes.
So if my
yeah.
optic goes down, I'm not even actively aiming. I'm just
On-
watching where
Look
they're
off
going.
the side.
On my-
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also-
Like,
It
just
looks
use my-
cool.
I use
but
my
it's just
RMR.
for your sense of ounces equals pounds.
Yeah.
I took them off
Yeah,
because
so
to save space, save a little
Speaking
bit
of saving
weight.
every little ounce, I took I painted my sidearm. It's the Navraj SSX 23, and I didn't know if I would use the fiber optic sight, so I just like pressed them out, and then because I didn't want to like paint over them and then just ruin little pieces.
Right.
But I ended up just keeping them out because I follow the BB, so I saved quite a bit of weight with those little fiber optic
Yeah, right.
slabs.
It's
Yeah.
fiber optics already.
Also,
So my Glock that I built for the pistol Kumites, I shot that thing so much that I lost the fiber out of it.
Wow.
I'm not putting another one back in because I just don't care.
Exactly.
I turn the light on, see where the BBs are going. That's
good enough.
It's good enough.
The traces themselves.
Yeah, literally.
the good thing about this gun too, this sight right here is baby proof, and
Okay.
I hope it's baby proof.
I have this
We don't
sight
want any
for since
babies
Nice
now.
Guy. Baby proof? Oh my gosh. No, definitely not baby proof.
Is it a? Oh, okay. So it's like
Yeah, it's like a lid. you can-
Lexan and
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it, Lex, and that's what I was
Yeah.
trying to say.
so,
I
like,
actually took a shot to my Lexan protector at
Oh, nice.
Apocalypse.
Wow.
Got all.
I have a
Nice
clip
damage.
from a long
pretty
time
good,
ago.
pretty good.
I actually
Yeah.
shot out
Why don't you get a kill
someone's.
flash
Come
version
look
of
at
that?
I had to get 2 more.
Duct tape.
So
Why don't you get the kill flash for it?
I can't see through the kill flash.
Yeah. So here on this.
I can barely see through that as is. The
You're running a
tinting-
printed.
Good.
Yeah, the
So-
tinting on this I can't see.
I don't know. I mean, it might be printed.
Yeah,
It
the
doesn't
magnifier, I can't
have.
see through it.
It doesn't look like some of the ones I've seen. I literally just kept ordering them off of Amazon until I had one that fit this scope, and I actually took a BB to it, and it essentially slowed the BB down. It went through.
Oh.
It didn't damage the glass, but I need to get another one.
Another
But
one?
it did. It did definitely did save it.
So-
I don't know if you can see it, but it's,
I will never not chill 100 concepts.
Yes,
like
I
the
want.
sling.
I
Yeah,
want
well,
that
concept's
so
very
bad.
I like the
nice.
sling on that
They,
too.
the
I love
name,
it.
the emblem, everything about just looks so good.
I mean, just
Yep.
done.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
I like for my real
I
guns.
actually have a
full glaze.
For my real guns, I'm a Butler Creek cap guy, so I like the just hit the button and just.
Can I see that? I love all the
Absolutely.
colors on there, dude. I love browns and FDEs and tans.
You know, I normally was not like. I mean, as you can tell,
I
I'm
love
a fan of black.
Franken guns. Like I love. I mean, maybe you. I don't know how it all came, if like this lower and the upper, but I love when a gun just looks like it's been like pieced together. So that's why I like all the mixed colors because it gives me like those Franken gun vibes.
The idea of like, hey, let me throw this upper on this lower, and this rail I got laying
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, I mean
That's the cool thing about my Mark 18. I have the tan stock, but then I have the FD, Daniel Defense rail on the end of it with
Futuristic.
tan
I like how that
add-ons,
looks,
but
honestly.
the black receiver. I got the
Yeah,
tan
that
black
that
going all the
two tone,
way
I
down
love.
to,
I
yeah.
love that two
I'm gonna
tone.
try to get
Yeah,
that for my
two-tone
gun
is
too.
really cool.
The
for me,
yeah,
too.
even
this
the,
is kind
the
of
Canton
two-tone.
red dot I like.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
you got enough black
I
kit
love
still
these
on there.
Yeah, you know.
I love the throw levers. I'm a sucker for the throw levers with the holes in them. It's just saving weight.
Yeah, I'll have to bring my actual guns
I like
with
the
me the
sling
next
out
time
of
we
most of
film.
this
You're
gun,
gonna
honestly.
geek out
Oh,
on
Man, the
them.
rifle glazing, it's
Oh,
getting
yeah.
worse. Oh god.
Oh wow.
Oh, this is the
Come
new
to
one.
Dada.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
I'm into this
Yummy.
one.
Is that the dead
Yes.
Yes,
It's
sir.
exactly what you think
air? Is
it
that
is.
the tracer model?
No.
Oh.
I have the tracer model on my MP7.
How do you like it?
I actually haven't even used the tracer part of it.
Oh,
The
yes.
suppressor itself.
Because I
They
think
view
I want
it
to
as an
replace
APOC,
this.
right?
If you want to get rid of
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
that's
that's what he
what
was running.
I like
This is way too big for me, honestly.
I'm an
DMR.
NT4 fan,
Mm.
but I also like
That's-
the
that's
RT2s.
hot.
I
Honestly,
am
that's
I'm a fan of that.
Because
That's
I want
great.
that for this.
Oh, you want the
that
Yeah.
for this one.
I have
Let
the
me know when you get rid
Bifrost
of that.
mount for my
As
gun
soon
too,
as I buy one of them.
attached to my muzzle. It works great.
So this DMR here,
Probably
I actually
after
have the
downfall.
lower, because I'm
All right, back to focusing on,
Yeah.
on
yeah.
Nate here. Sorry,
I'm
the
trying.
ADD is real today.
Greg's gonna help me build my version of this gun because we both bought around the same time, and this is actually my lower
Same
for it.
day.
Yeah, same
Hold on,
day.
You have pancakes
Oh, I want
tattooed
to,
on
you know
your
what? I'm
thigh?
gonna
Yeah,
come in and
yeah.
sit too.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's
Let Nate in.
Can I sit
let
here?
Greg get
Yeah.
his with pancakes.
Oh, that's cool.
Shimmy, shimmy.
I'm in my pajamas because I was totally not planning on
Hey, I
being
said
on
it
the
was
show.
casual.
Casual Friday, right?
Yeah.
So
That's
Uh,
not close enough.
we didn't know how many of these we were getting in at the shop, and I wanted one in the worst way.
Yeah, I was waiting for one.
And Tommy calls me up and goes, Blind Sniper just came in and bought one of the M110s. And I was like, fuck, I got to get mine. And I ran down right after you left.
So
and
you know
bought
what's
this
funny?
one.
I wanted one of those in the worst way because I thought it was really cool,
Mm-hmm.
and then I bought a real PSA Saber 10.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Well, since we're
Yeah,
talking
when he pushed that
about
to put 'em up.
like his gun, E-Town, can you tell me about yours? Like, what's that whole setup? I want to in and out.
Oh, so this is just. I mean, it's an AEG. It has a SEMA Platinum gearbox in it.
Okay.
One of the EMG models, so it's got a gate.
Stronger gears.
It's 13-to-1s.
Okay.
Nice.
And
Okay.
SHS compression components.
Okay. See,
So
I'm
What's this?
understanding what he's saying, Nate,
What's
because
this?
I know the AEG stuff.
Well,
This
I know
is a
compression's
Stoic
like-
Solutions barricade bag.
Just,
Boom.
Oh,
Yeah, that
wow.
reminds me of like
That's
MDT precision
Yep,
shooting
nice.
and shit
So
like that.
they,
I like
uh,
that.
They did collaborative work with 100 Concepts to make the little clippy doodads, but I mean, it's literally you just pull this bad boy off.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
That's
Boom.
wicked.
Done.
Awesome.
Nice.
Right?
Pretty
Now,
cool.
yeah, let's say it looks naked without.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks weird.
So
Um,
sorry, to interrupt, the compression parts inside, is that like, does it boost FPS because does it change like the volume in the
Yeah.
cylinder? Is it like a bore up?
I think it's more of a consistency thing than
Okay.
You get
anything.
a better
Yeah.
air seal.
It's better air seal
Ah,
and
that's
consistency,
huge.
so your FPSs aren't fucking doing
Yeah,
this.
you're not getting
It's
310,
almost like
390.
HPA consistency. How
Okay.
it's like maybe a 1 to 2 to 3 FPS difference, sometimes 5 to 6 depending on the temperature. It'll do basically that same effect for an AEG now.
Do you inner barrel hop up, or sometimes
Uh,
people keep it a secret, which I understand.
I run a M4A, a Max.
Oh, Max,
Nice.
there, yeah, they're good.
HPA 602 inner barrels. This is a T238 brushless motor.
Nice.
Oh, we went brushless.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
I haven't shot. a
What's
brushless
that
one
do?
Yet.
It just like duct tape was saying, it's smoother, quicker.
Okay.
They're more
Okay.
battery efficient and they don't heat
Yeah.
up very much.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
less
keep it
wear on
cool.
your
I
gears.
bet that's
And
sweet in full auto.
I actually do not run this in full auto.
I'm just for
It
shits
is-
and giggles time. Just.
Yeah, I mean it is currently set to semi-semi.
Oh, okay.
Because my selector switch is a little fussy, and if I get it anywhere past exactly noon, like even there, it boom full auto.
Oh, shit.
So I just
I want to try and make a way. See, for real firearms, we're speaking our safety selector. On real firearms, I'm a real fan of the 45 throw now.
I love it.
So I want to
Yeah.
see if I can figure out a way to make a tappet plate that will 45
That'll allow it.
select.
So
for
is that
airsoft
that
guns.
just for the slight time savings of it not doing that
It's a
extra
lot
little
easier
rotation?
when you come up to just.
just
I'm a
bop
lefty,
it.
so you know
It's
I
actually
can read on this
surprising.
one.
Oh, especially
so it's
if
a
you're lefty,
lot
too.
easier
Well, yeah,
just
anytime
on the
saved.
throw up. It's on the way up, and
Okay.
it drops your hand perfectly.
Yeah,
into
less
into
less
place.
motion having to drive it all the
mean,
way
that-
forward.
I mean, in a real life situation, that could be life or death. So.
Yeah.
I actually almost broke the selector on his AR pistol
because he wasn't used to it.
because I wasn't used to it and I just cranked it at the range. I'm like,
You're like, what's wrong with it? Like, it stops there, Greg. That's where it goes.
yeah.
My selector switch is already broken on my SSR4, unfortunately.
Just from like use, or did you?
I don't know. I was at one event, and then one side was on save, and I actually shot a shot, and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" That was on safe, and then it's the
Okay.
button still pulling. You still
Wear and
pulling
tear.
trigger,
100%. You
Yeah.
used it and abused it. Time to upgrade
Yeah.
it, baby.
I'm just happy I put a max trigger in this, and the safety actually works.
And it functions.
And it literally, it doesn't move on the safety bar is right where it needs to be. And
The Max definitely made an impressive.
I
impressive
even
piece
did
of
it with
equipment.
my speed trigger too.
Though
But
I do
this
want
one
to
I-
see that.
I
I
paid more
usually wind up
attention to that.
trimming the bars.
Yeah, I
the
found
safety
right
bars.
where the trim
Yeah.
spot is to
Yeah.
do a hair trigger, but still have a safety, an active working safety.
That's a trick. I
Yeah.
fucked a few people's guns up trying to do that for
Yeah,
them.
I fucked my first one up, but that's why I paid more attention to this one.
Yeah.
So Greg,
Yeah.
what do you want to tell us about that? That you're willing to tell us about that?
That's beautiful, though.
So this gun started off as the stock, obviously is not now. I put a fusion engine in it, It has
Full score?
a 3D printed adapter so that I can do a max hop up, and then it's got my bucking and inner barrel arrangement that I don't talk about in it.
Secret sauce.
Yeah, I call it the secret sauce.
This isn't grudge racing.
What's that?
This isn't grudge racing.
It's not.
Or
But,
no time prep.
But it is a 509 inner barrel and it's a 601. I'll say that about it. But the fusion engine, it's got the max trigger. I was shooting 4.5s out of this thing, and I had there's actually still 4.5s in it.
Oh boy.
Whoops. I had to put the super springs in the mags because the fusion engine fires fast enough.
So yeah, someone I don't know if it was the speed, but someone DM'd me on Instagram when I posted mine before I stripped it down and said something about like the heavier weights you need those springs just because
doesn't-
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're using a Kythera or something that's a slightly slower rate of fire, it's not as necessary.
Gotcha. If you're
But
trying to like blip fast.
The super springs are so stiff that I was at Chrono trying to load with the thumb loader, and it was pushing them right back out.
Wow.
I could not get it
Yeah,
to take
detached.
BBs. I had to go get my Odin adapter so that I could do that.
I have the 416 in that color scheme. I'd like to maybe build a twin to that. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be.
I like the scope on yours too.
Actually, this scope is not enough scope for this gun.
Yeah, it's
Is that QD or is
looks
it
adorable.
How's that come off?
yeah. it does.
Can you take it off?
You need one
I'm
of
telling
these,
you,
Greg.
This scope looks.
You need this
This is
or
like
better.
the sexiest scope that I
So
want to put on.
I was actually going to get
QDs.
the Knobridge 3 to 9.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, put this one on.
Yeah,
See,
3 to
let's-
9
There you go.
or
There you go.
was it 6 to 22 or something's the next one.
Now we're talking.
That's
That
more
looks
appropriate.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, the colors.
Oh.
Yeah,
You just
actually.
need
That
your
is
like
nice.
emblem.
Alright, Greg's
like,
gonna buy that
engraved
scope
on the
off you
side or
now.
something.
I think I have to get the scope now.
It works.
It's,
you need that mount too.
So-
That
Yeah,
matches perfectly with the
Yeah,
color.
where do you get?
So this scope, okay, I'm obsessed
Yeah,
with it.
Talk to me.
Because I saw it. I was trying to build a gun, and I forget what I was looking for. I was looking for the mount. I was looking
Okay.
for a QD mount, and I saw this Midwest Industries mount, and it was FDE, and it had this scope, which is a Bushnell Forged Terrain. This scope is actually discontinued. It was a $1,500 scope on Optics Planet, but I got it for about $550 on eBay.
Nice.
No shit.
The mount, as far as I'm concerned, Midwest still makes the mount, but I don't know if they make it FDE, so I bought a black one and had it Cerakoted. The only thing I lost was the little like Midwest emblem, which I don't really care. I just wanted it to be a Midwest mount and FDE.
Wait, what
So
does Cerakote mean?
it's kind of like powder coating, but I think it's
It's a
more
ceramic based.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
more popular in like the real steel
Yeah,
industry.
it's
Yeah.
very heat
Durable.
resistant,
That
durable.
doesn't close on
It
them.
bothers me
Takes
when
a
I see it
beating.
open.
My
and I
one
do
gun
that
is
on my gun,
Cerakoted
too.
on the slide, and
I
it's,
have to-
Well, I mean,
I've had
when
it
you're-
for
when you're
5
shooting
years,
real
and
steel,
it's
though.
just now
Yeah,
starting
yeah,
to
obviously.
wear
Where it
off.
makes like essentially the metal the color.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the metal that you can also do Cerakote plastic too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
this is what I'm
it's
gonna
mainly
run
for
when
metal.
I
You
finish.
definitely need to.
purposes.
But anyway, this is my M110.
Wow, super lightweight.
I
like
know.
you said.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the barrel setup in that?
Is that a ghost gun?
Yes, yes, it is.
ATF, open up!
You might not notice, but the serial number is no longer on this. No, I'm just kidding.
Filed
It's an
it
airsoft
off.
gun. But yeah, I'm in the process of
Put it on,
needing
put it on the
something
M110,
anyway.
mate.
Yeah.
Put it on the M110.
I was gonna actually run Greg's scope. It might fit a little better.
Oh, perfect. God, the autism is
Yeah,
real.
no, this
today.
this
This
is going to
video's
go
gonna
on
be
one
like
of
4
my
hours long of
M4s
us just
now.
being autistic
Just
nerds.
teamdism.
That looks so tiny. How you putting that back on?
I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what is
You need
that?
to put that on a 22. Jesus
It's not,
Christ.
dude. I'm telling you guys, it's not enough scope.
That would work on this.
So I took a shot at APOC last weekend. I actually got to play for about an hour. Was that an hour and a half?
Yeah,
About when we took Tiny Town.
Yeah.
The second
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
For the second
So
time.
I had this puppy cranked all the way up to 4, and yeah, 4.
4X.
4X. And I took a shot at. I'm not gonna say he was a small dude, but it was
Man.
average torso size, and it was pretty far out. And I lost the BB in the scope, and I figured it just fell off or whatever. And then the guy put his hand up. I'm like, okay.
Should have shot a second time to confirm.
Yeah, so you go,
I'm
ow!
not, I will neither confirm or deny that I did that. But I went back after the game, after I determined that I'd lost 5 of Paul's missiles, and I realized where I was, so I went back and I actually paced out the shot. It was 302 feet.
Wow.
Dang.
Nice.
Wow.
That is ideally what I try and tune my bolt actions for. My goal, if I have a fully upgraded gun, I want it to be able to hit maybe 5 out of 10 shots at 100 yards, which I feel like if you have an airsoft gun that does that, it's in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, my airsoft gun, the Mark 18, the way I have that thing dialed in with the jacket, shoots pretty damn far for that barrel length.
Yeah.
I need to do a little bit more tuning on the FCU side of this gun, and I want to move to an open nozzle. So my main concept with having a DMR at all is I don't always want to run a DMR, but I don't want to have two separate regulators, and I don't want to be constantly chronoing back and forth. So the idea is my 10.5. It hits the 155 joules for Otherworld events right around 90 psi. So the goal is to have this one hit DMR limit or just under at about 90 psi. So
Yeah, I feel you there.
So that I can, take a quick crack through the chrono with no adjustments.
Yep.
And off I go. And I can go back and forth between the two guns without any major issues. But so it needs a slightly bigger nozzle, a little bit more tuning to get that consistency. But it was off the chain, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't wait to
Sexy
finish
and
mine.
efficient piece, I
the
will
only
say
real
that.
downfall to this gun is
That's still pretty light,
medium.
honestly.
It's not
But
terrible.
once you put a bigger scope on it, it'll
Well,
weigh
yeah,
a little
exactly. That's the downside with that scope. But like, I
But-
feel like you expect it. You're not like, oh, I really want to. I'm hoping this gun saves weight, and then you're disappointed. It's like you just know.
No,
it's
you
gonna
look
be
at that
heavy.
thing, you know it weighs 10 pounds.
I like that.
and it weighs all of that 10 pounds.
Yeah.
You know what's
Yeah,
funny?
well,
We
I
actually
mean, it's
had,
all in the handguard.
We had 3
A lot of it is,
for
yeah.
the first time at APOC, and they learned very quickly
Yeah,
that
I
you
don't think I'll
need
be able
the,
to use
the
that,
leg and
honestly. I
shoulder
got
strength to
something
carry
small like
all
that.
that equipment.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It was
You're a big guy, I'm a small
a
dude.
good
so-
experience for them, though.
Well, you see it with me stretching pre-event, too.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
the only
everybody
one.
like, what are you
I
doing
always
Yeah,
over
I
there?
love
I
when we
always
started
do that.
APOC though. Everyone
My
was we were
hamstring
like, go,
didn't
go,
like
go, and everyone just walking. And I'm just sitting here like, wonder why we're losing the places, guys. I sat there, recorded it too, and I was like, I'm gonna show everyone this as soon as we lose. And damn, wouldn't you know?
I was doing my best to help your guys too. We were getting pinned down a lot. It was crazy.
I'm just saying, like, the start was funny. Like, I'm sitting there, I called it so bad. I was like, they're gonna get Tiny Town before we even get there, and lo and behold.
They
Well,
took
I
over
think
the
the
whole
We took it
map.
back twice.
They took over the whole map by the time we hit like 8 o'clock at night. They took over the whole map.
We
It's
swept
crazy.
out around
Yeah.
far end.
All red.
Yeah, well, we took them all out. you were the distraction.
Yeah, so I mean, any final thoughts? Is that your only the only guns you have, that and the pistol?
Oh no, I have 7 more in my storage
Oh
unit.
Jesus!
Nice.
What
And I
else
got
do you
5
have?
more pistols in my storage unit.
Yeah,
as
any
well.
plans for adding equipment, night vision, thermal, anything like that?
I have a shitty $200 night vision goggles I got for Temu, and I'm not using those again.
So get rid of those. Just throw them in the water next to
Nico's drone. Yep.
And then get themselves some real
You
night
can't
vision.
even find it in the bay, dog. What do you mean?
That's why I just throw it near it. Same area.
You're gonna throw it 100 yards in the fucking lake?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Watch me.
All right, play for the damn, like, I don't know, Eagles.
The other guns I have that featherweight LMG I use for the helicopter ride because I figured you can only use that for full auto. I was like, I'm not gonna get in trouble for this. So I'm bringing the LMG.
Dude,
with me,
the
not that.
helicopter ride was funny. My gun died. Like, it just spat out air. I think I busted, like, a seal or something
Oh,
mid-flight. And I was sitting there like, oh, man, this sucks. And he's sitting here like, do you have any extra mags? I was like, well, it just so happens, man. I only went through one. So
I was
I
using
did the
high cast
helicopter-
for that. It was awful. I should never use
When
high
I did the
caps.
helicopter run last year, I went through all my mags, but then I was like, all right, well, I got shot everybody, so I'm just gonna sit here and get cool video on my phone.
Dude, the whole time, like, after, because, like, I had the 360 under my ass and it's recording, and I'm sitting there with my finger guns, bang, bang, bang!
You see me on the side next to you, freaking giving them the finger down below.
Now I'd love to try and snipe someone from a helicopter. It'd be like nearly impossible to
Right.
snipe someone while you're moving with
No,
an
there's-
airsoft gun
Oh,
from a
yeah.
So
helicopter.
here's the cool
There's-
thing that I noticed when I was shooting my gun out of the helicopter. Obviously, the air is pushing down, so it pushes the BB down fast. But if you aim down with the BB of the hop up, it'll arc into
in.
where you're shooting. So if you shoot like down below, like your shot's gonna be up over here now.
Yeah.
But you shoot down here, it'll work its way down.
We'll see. At least
Hey guys, Laufey Airsoft here. Real quick, we are giving away a free ticket to Downfall 11. Comment May the 4th for your chance to get a free ticket. We'll see you there.
when
pretty
you
cool
have
doing that.
Oh,
Like,
and
like
now-
walking in. That's what I did. I shot down and behind
Walk 'em
to
in.
walk them in. I actually got a couple people.
If you have like that
That's
or
a
an
shot Paul's
LMG,
brother.
you have all those extra shots
I
to
did on
like
purpose.
follow up on. The bolt action's hard. Like by the time you reload, like you're already moved and.
Well, if
yeah,
you had
you're
a
200
DMR
feet
like
over
that,
there.
Yeah, exactly.
you could
That'd be
definitely
ideal.
do
That
it.
would be the best thing to
It
use
would
up
be.
there. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I think I also want to go a step harder on the bucking because it's the hop up's a little sensitive.
Yeah, see, that's one
a
thing.
6 or a 7.
I never know, and that too. I
have
get
a
like
60 in it, I think.
if it's in the summer, you don't want something super soft because it's going to be like bubble gum because of the heat, and then in the
Right.
winter, you don't want to run a super hard bucking because it's already cold. But like, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of it's a myth. Is there actually like a perfect bucking hardness? I feel like you just try and try and try.
The only difference that
And then
I've
leave it
really
alone and
noticed
choose good.
when you get into the Promi purples and a lot of the different maple leafs like the Super Macaroon and the Mr. Hop and all of these, you'll get and a lot of it plays to the fact that all of these guns, even you take two of the same type, they're different, and I can tell from teching and attempting to reach Corey levels, which I never will. When you take a stock bucking out and you put any one of those buckings in, you're making phenomenal steps in accuracy and range. It's just which one is going to
Exactly.
play right with the exact tolerance stacking that you have in this particular setup.
Well, I ran a 60 degree with .36s, and it was very touchy on the adjustment. Just a little up's too much, a little down's not enough.
I think because it's
And
like
then I went to the 70 degree, and this is in all temperatures too.
yeah, this
And I've gone to the 7 degree in all temperatures, and I can get a little bit more adjustment out of it, but I can fine tune it, and it's
See,
really
that's
nice.
that's typically what I went with. From my experience with the sniper rifles, I always ended up going to like a Maple Leaf Autobot 2021 Silicone Winter 70 degree is what I just found works best for what I use. But
Interesting.
yeah, that's just in my VSR that I just finally finished building. That's the bucking I ran, and it just like I have no complaints with it.
R70 is like what people typically start off with in most AMGs
Yeah, and
when
I
they
think
buy it.
that's also good too
Well-
for like all seasons. I feel it's not too soft, not too hard, so you can kind of use it year round. You don't got to strip the gun down just to swap the bucking out.
I'm still in the process of building the. I have one of the 7 guns I have. One of my second favorites is the green short version of the AK5, the Swedish AK5. I put a new torque, new pistol motor in there. I'm getting a new gearbox for it, and I'm gonna try to get a new hop up for it as well, so I can try to get some reach out of it. But it's still in the process of me trying to do some tech work on it. But I'm gonna try to bring it out eventually. But the problem is, I'm so used to polymer guns, so like it's all full of metal, so it's like kind of hard to carry. It's so heavy.
Yeah.
Plus with the plate carrier and the battle belt I'm
Oh,
wearing.
yeah. Especially when you're
metal
tired from traveling to an event. and-
Yeah.
This is why the short guys become tankers. they don't have to move very far.
I create diversions to help people complete their objectives. That's mainly what I do, or like
I'm talking about like in the service. That's why the short guys become
gotcha.
tankers. They fit in the tank. They ain't got to carry a lot of heavy stuff around very
Thank
far.
God I was born since above 6 foot.
So, Mason, do you have what are your plans for your airsoft career? Like, where are you headed?
Hobby. career.
Oh, I don't know really. I mean, I started off as a local guy in New York, upstate, and I started going from Milsom's to Milsom's eventually last year, and then this is the 3rd event I went with you guys for Apocalypse 9,
Okay.
and Nice Guy was the very first, the very first time I met you guys over. It was phenomenal, but I want to try to create my own business here eventually, but I don't know where to start.
Okay.
Or
Well, do you have YouTube, Instagram?
I have
all that
Instagram and
stuff?
Facebook. My Facebook's like my personal, and
Right.
but my Instagram is like my professional, kind of a deal. But I don't.
Well, why don't you tell everyone what your Instagram handle is so they can look you up?
My Instagram.
All 12 of the people that are going to watch this.
Oh gosh. My Instagram, if you want to find me, is _Laufey. I repeat, my Instagram is _Laufey, and my Facebook is Mason Laufey. But be aware, my Facebook is more like a personal too, so keeping heads up over there.
You creepers might not get a friend request approved.
Or you might see some sexy pictures.
Instagram's like
Ooh.
key, especially for the airsoft. So I mean,
Yeah.
Greg can probably put it up on the screen
But-
as
Yeah,
well.
I'm
you-
going to do that.
With YouTube though, I don't.
Sorry, right here. Here we go.
With YouTube, I have a GoPro, but like I don't know. I'm not a tech whiz like they are. So
Yeah, I
like
mean,
I don't
it's-
bother YouTube much.
My-
Eventually I'll start, but
I
It's
mean, if
just
you
getting
record,
the hang
I'm
of
sure we can
editing.
find somebody to edit for you.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm still freshly a rookie here. You
Well,
know.
we do have like 3 guys on our team now that are making content. one of our guys just got a laptop so he can make it better. He was just
Okay.
working on
Nice.
his
It's
phone.
funny.
Sweet.
I have a camera. I have a laptop. I know how to use editing software, and I don't make YouTube videos.
But if
I
you
just
ever
have an
need
Instagram.
to, you can always ask
That's all I
Odell,
do.
like,
I barely
hey,
film.
can you help me out? We have a
post
Google
pictures,
Drive.
I
You can
upload
always
her
throw
from
shit
Alicia.
into.
Right, I get you. But if I want to continue the conversation, eventually, like I want to start my own business, but like maybe my own store or whatever. But like I want to at least start my foot somewhere, and you guys have been helping me out with that. You know, show me all the hospitality, the support for me, and I really appreciate you guys doing that for me, and hopefully, I'll start somewhere with you guys at least. I don't know what the future holds, but we'll see from there.
Yeah,
So-
we're,
Awesome, man.
it's nice to.
Don't
I
we?
appreciate.
Yeah,
What was that?
we have a thing.
I was gonna say I appreciate like them inviting me to the show, and it's nice to have you come out here, especially since you traveled so far. So
5 hours, yeah. I mean, I had to wake up at freaking, like I said earlier, 3 a.m. and I had to leave at 4 a.m. just to be here early so I don't end up missing the shoot. So, I mean, I was excited to meet you
Well,
guys.
we're thrilled that you made the trip.
Yeah, that's absolutely
And-
insane.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Want to present you a helmet stand?
Oh, this is mine?
Yep, that's for you.
Oh,
That's yours,
appreciate it,
brother.
guys.
I realized
The
halfway
storage
through the
unit's
video
gonna
I
look
had a
awesome
purple
with
one
that.
already
Yeah.
made.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So
I really
it is two
appreciate it.
pieces though, so that'll slide out.
Okay, alrighty.
I have to
Appreciate
stand
you
for
guys.
your
Thank
helmet.
you.
Thanks for being on the show with us.
Yeah,
we really
man.
appreciate
Dude,
you making the trip
definitely.
down.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you. Nice meeting you too, man.
Yeah,
And
nice to meet
obviously, I met you before, but appreciate your support. Appreciate it,
Well.
guys. Thank you so much. I'll definitely use this more.
Heck yeah. It's
Take
good to
care
have
of
the
this.
helmet stand.
Right,
Yeah.
honestly.
Keep your stuff on.
We gotta give both these gentlemen a happy birthday song, you know? We
Oh,
gotta sing
boy.
happy
I'm not
birthday.
doing
Oh,
that.
come on, man.
Oh,
You got a
boy.
beautiful
That's when
voice.
everyone will
No,
definitely
thanks.
click off.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
24
no.
now, unfortunately. I wish I could be back at 18, but
I'm turning 27 this year.
I don't even want
Yikes.
to talk to you right
Yeah.
now. with
Yeah, I
that
don't.
statement.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh.
26
Me
Oh, you
neither.
got to say that.
I remember
man,
my
I'm hurt.
20s.
Yeah, right.
I don't. All I can say is I'm
Hell, I
glad
remember
that cell
my
phone
30s.
cameras weren't really a thing back then.
Damn.
Oh,
But
Well.
like I said, it's Otherworld Productions. You're up at like my first production event I go to. I'm your regular customer or guest or what do you want to call me here.
stick with us and we'll stick with you.
Appreciate
yeah.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
You want to take us out, Nate?
Yeah, I was gonna say we can pretty much wrap it up here. Thank you everyone if you're still watching. Thank you guys for coming on to the show, and thank you for having me as well. It's always nice hanging out with you guys. And Paul's not here, so hopefully we'll see you in the next one. And call your hits.